Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jack with Tracker House Homestead. Today we're going to be doing some garden cleanup. Last year we didn't do our last harvest of the season, so you will still see, like we had our jalapenos here. They still have some old fruit on them. Over here we had this whole section over here was nothing but tomatoes and one row of zucchini. Squash bugs got us bad last year, so we're going to do some stuff to try and get rid of the bug problem. We also have another garden area over there that we've covered in black plastic, kind of like this area here. Thought there was bell peppers last year, so we'll try some different stuff this year. Back here, we're not going to go near as big as we did in times past with as many tomatoes and whatnot. I think we had something like 60 tomato plants, and we just wasted more than we used. So we'll scale that down a bit, but today is just going to be a little bit of garden cleanup. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dried up jalapenos there. I think that's going to be a real issue because of all these seeds. We'll get a bunch of volunteer plants come up. So we'll do our best to get rid of them because I don't believe I'm going to plant jalapenos there. I believe I'm going to move them over to this side or possibly over to the other garden, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we'd already cleared out the beans we had growing on this trellis here. And this here was just more beans, and we tried some bush beans, but that didn't work out too well here. This bed here was our bell peppers. And again, same thing, we left a lot of them on there, so we're gonna try this. I think maybe we might switch this out to clear plastic. And this plant, or this bed over here was just zinnias. So I do like my flowers, and I do plan on planting quite a bit of them. Zinnias and dahlias are my favorite, so you'll definitely see some more of that. We tried growing some melons over here, but none of them really took off. And we had a few okra plants that you can still see standing there against the end. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but there's quite a bit of jalapeno still on there. We also planted some onions for the first time ever next to the jalapenos on this far right bed here. Your left, I believe it's going to show up as, but I don't know if you can still see them. There's still a few of them there. They didn't really bulb out like we thought they would. So it's just a lot of cleanup today. We'd already started with the beans, got them all taken care of. So we have really heavy clay here. So we did try doing wood chips the last couple years. We're not going to add any new ones this year. I don't believe. We'll see how time goes, but I'm not sure if the wood chips are taking up the nitrogen in the ground or what, but we just didn't get as lively plants this year as years past. But as you can tell, you go down a little bit, there is some good soil there now, but just a few inches below that. I mean, I can't even dig in with my fingers. It's just solid clay. So it makes it rough. Normally what I do is when I plant, I will just dig the hole out, put a little bit of compost in it, and then let the worms move in. We also put our cardboard down underneath it. Last year was our second year with this garden, so this will be the third year. Before that it was just lawn. We got a bunch of trash out here from the previous owners, you know, such as starting a new garden. If you haven't been here forever, you don't know what you're gonna find. With every plant I pull, I'm getting worms like crazy. So we're doing something good. It's just taking longer than I'd like. So see, every plant I pull, there's 3 or 4 worms in each one. So cover them back up. What I'd like to do is cover this whole thing in landscape fabric, but I can't seem to find anything more than like a 6 foot wide or so, and I'd like it at least to be, you know, 15, 20 foot wide, and then the length of the garden. I know you can overlap the seams and everything like that, but I don't know. I'd just rather it be in just a couple pieces instead of, you know, 5 or 10. So if you guys know of a good source or supplier, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'm just a regular guy. I don't do this for a living. I'm gonna do it for fun and the joy of it, and we'll see how the world goes. But being a little bit more self-sufficient every year is never a bad thing. So I know YouTube is real big on leaving negative comments and whatnot, but I welcome them. If you see me doing something I shouldn't be doing or something I could be doing better, go ahead and let me know. I don't take anything to heart, so you know, you're not going to hurt my feelings. We were overrun with jalapenos, and that's why we didn't harvest the last. We probably could have got two more good pickings of them. But we were just overrun. I planted way too many, you know. I started them all from seed, and I just had too many and didn't want to waste them, so they all went in the ground. They're just, worms are everywhere. It's teeming with life. Good to see. Good to see. When I first dug this up, there was nothing. I don't even know how grass was growing here, but it was barely. A lot of weeds. By the time I get this to be how I want it, we'll probably be moving again. You know, that's how it works. That's how it was at the last place we had. But as the family grows, you know, the house must grow too. So Miss Striker House Homestead is pregnant with a little girl. It was a surprise to me, at least. So that will be the last member of our family to come along. So you guys will see that. Well, you won't see it all, but you know what I mean. Got about a gallon, or gallon pot, whatever it's called. Last year was the first year we'd also tried to do this Florida weave or whatever it's called here for the support for the tomatoes. I'm not a big fan of it, but we might give it a try again just because it is so cheap the way it's running. We already got the post in place, so we'll see how the year goes. Again, we didn't keep up with it either. That could be part of it. You know, the year threw a lot at us. So the garden kind of took back seat to everything. Another thing that was a big fail for us last year is this drip irrigation, our soaker hose, you know, just cheap stuff from Walmart. It didn't do near as good as I thought it was going to. About the first 25, 30 feet be all right, but you know, when it's going up and down, you know, 8 or 10 rows, it just wasn't pushing it, so we cut it in half and it did a little bit better, but just spraying by sprinkler or by hand was a much better option for us by the end of the year. So we may put it in the flowers. With the flowers, we grow a lot of sunflowers, so maybe we'll put it in those beds instead. But for the vegetables, it's a no-go for us, at least this type. So there we have it, the actual garden part cleared out. I'll actually clear out those raised beds over there too. Just a zinnia bed, and then the other half of the bean bed there. But that's pretty much it. I'll run a rake over this to get the leaves up. I think we'll have a real big issue with volunteer plants coming up, since we did leave so many fruit on the vine, between tomatoes and jalapeno. I was thinking about just burning it down. Not sure how that would work in a garden. I've done it, or I've seen it done, you know, for in the wood line and all that, but how in the garden, if that would take care of the excess weeds and fruit seeds or not. If you guys have any ideas, just leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.